Yeah, no, thanks. Correct. You are correct, Advocate Renze, in that.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
information that we received.
Yes, that's the information that you receive. And then at the end of the evaluation committee did not issue her with a security clearance. They recommended to the divisional commissioner that the divisional commissioner must decline the security clearance. On the other side, at the more or less same time, the divisional commissioner had also a security clearance of Major General Khan, who also applied and had there were some other matters outstanding on him, which he also disclosed, looks like at the polygraphy, during polygraphy test. And the panel recommended General Khan's security clearance. So General Khumalo saw a disjuncture in those two, because he think the one that they are recommending is the one that they're supposed to have not recommended. They should recommend that he reject it. The one that they say must decline is the one that they think they should have recommended for approval. Reason being, remember, this Madondo, the conviction of that assault happened in 1999. Junior constable, whatever. And since then, she has been promoted more than 5 times. And since then, she applied for a security clearance. And the same crime intelligence did issue her and she declares those things. Now they start holding against her. Why didn't they hold it against her the first time she applied? And the one that General Khan, which he said there were some matters outstanding about the rental of his own home by allegedly by CI, which they're supposed to decline based on that they didn't decline. So he came to me to say, what do I do? I says, no, file those applications, but yes, where you have to take departmental steps, do so. But refer the 2 officials, let them go to the process de novo at SSA so that a neutral person can be able to handle that.
Okay. Now, just because we need to move quicker, certainly from our side, the minister had also referred to the IGI the matter of the procurement of property by crime. Oh, sorry.
Honorable Sangwana.
Thanks, Advocate. Thank you, Chair. No, General, before we move off this security vetting issue, you said there are many who don't have security clearance. Now, just off your generals, maybe the lieutenant generals, and if you can, the major generals, who doesn't have security clearance, and is it because it's declined or they just don't have?
The reason is some had it expired because you apply 6 months before expiry, but they apply and it doesn't come in time until what you have expire and you are waiting. Some they have applied, the process has not been finalized. And I've picked up some of the lieutenant generals which they were not cooperative in assisting the vetters in documentation, which I intervened and said, I give you time, otherwise I will take steps. And they've since started now cooperating. But some, for example, the former PC of Free State, I think her vetting was in the process and she had 2.5 months to go. And I said to the vetting people that think rather we were going to waste our resources by doing this. Just not to invest your energy into others because she's about to go and she's now gone on pension. So that's how the situation is.
Sorry, General, so you are sitting with senior management that has no security clearance, I think is what I'm trying to check. And just so that we don't waste time, are you able to give us those different categories for us to be able to have a sense of, and when you expect all of them to be vetted? Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Thanks very much, Honorable Chair. I can get a list in one of the breaks and then I can provide it. But for now, everyone, whether he have, we don't have, remember, the President directed that they be done. Even those that have a valid security clearance now by crime intelligence, we are in a process now, busy with the SSA. All of them, the senior managers, 800 plus, they will be vetted by crime intelligence. On top of that, I do have posts that were advertised some time ago for senior managers that we are filling those posts. So I think, yeah, 2 months ago, I said, I'm not going to appoint them or announce the appointments pending the security clearance. And they were prioritized. Those ones, we send them to go and do by SSA, even before President announced. So that process is on. So I'm not going to announce their appointment until I have they have this security clearance. So it's a good start. Then from there on, meaning there is no SMS member that I will appoint without security clearance. We'll have to wait for that process.
Thank you. So I hear two things from you, National Commissioner. The one is that there's been capacity constraints in terms of processing the number of applications for security clearance within SAPS. And is your evidence that that's being addressed? And the other, just to answer them together, the other is you now make appointments pending the officer appointed or being appointed pending that security clearance. Because prior to this, it seems that from your own evidence that there are indeed senior SAPS officers who've been occupying positions where security clearance is required, is needed, but didn't have security clearance.
Yeah, that is correct, Honorable Chair. Yes, we had the capacity constraints before, which currently I'm addressing it. We have not yet have enough numbers, but in the past year or so, I gave crime intelligence, I think 600 posts, and this year they are getting another. But of course, that is not only for security clearance, for all various components in crime intelligence. So they will increase the numbers as we go along year by year, so that they have enough capacity to convert. Hence, I said the previous financial year, and not the immediate one, the one before, they performed well. I think they had a target of 700, and they surpassed the target for the first time, which they did well. But subsequently, this very last financial year, I think they declined a bit. So there was capacity constraint, yes. And going back then on your second question, it was not a requirement before that you must have security clearance before you become a senior manager. The requirement was that if you don't have, you must have, but if you don't have, you must be able to acquire it within 6 months after your appointment. In other words, you get appointed today, you are whatever rank, but then you must apply so that within 6 months you have it. But now the challenge was, people get appointed, they apply immediately, they submit, but come 6 months, they still don't have feedback. Take an example of Kumalo, applied 2018, 2020, only they start doing something, and they only finish when? 2022. So because there was capacity constraints. So hence we are addressing it, and we are changing to say, new SMS, we don't appoint you if we don't have security clearance. But those that already are there, I can't say I fire you tomorrow because you don't have, because it's not their own doing. It was the system that unfortunately caused it.
So I just want to also deal with and your response to the procurement of property by crime intelligence, which is referenced in the leaked IGI report, and explain you have appeared, you were called in by the minister, the acting minister, after he had received the IGI's report, and you also subsequently appeared before the Joint Intelligence Committee.
Yeah, thanks, the Honorable Chair. That is correct. We did appear at the Joint Standing Committee on Intelligence in February, myself with the Crime Intelligence Management as well as the Minister, to go and answer on the procurement of those properties. We did a thorough presentation to the Joint Standing Committee on Intelligence. Unfortunately, I can't go into details because it's matters that belongs there. But we did a show and tell presentation, step by step. And at the end of the presentation, the committee was satisfied in terms of what we presented to them. They were quite satisfied with that which we presented to them, that it is in order. So I'm not sure how this House is going to deal with it, with what is that side. Maybe chair to chair, I don't know, but that's how far I can go. We were with the minister, and everyone was satisfied. I must say also that I never received the IGI report. Neither crime intelligence received it. That report is between the IGI's office and the minister's office. Where there is a leak, if ever there is a leak, it happened there. Whatever was in the media, that's also what we saw. But the real report, I've never seen it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I see the SC is moving away from this point. Chair, we often focus on solely the dissolution part of the directive of the 31st of December. Now, and forget about some of the issues that would have been raised there by the minister. You say you are increasing capacity at crime intelligence, and as such, you are filling vacancies. So the directive does say the filling of vacancies at crime intelligence at all levels must be halted. So does that mean you have decided to blue tick the directive? It was, you often report about how there was a disagreement on the manner in which the PKTT should be dissolved, whether immediately or through a winding down approach. So this part of the filling of vacancies, have you blue ticked it, National Commission?
Yeah, thanks, Honorable Chair. Yeah, we had some meetings. We had a meeting, I can't remember when, with Minister Mkhunu about that matter of the posts, and he explained his concerns, where he was saying, I think the main concern was about the qualification, where we were saying a degree or a diploma, and his view was you can't say degree, diploma at the same time. You must say one thing, and we explained to him why it is that we advertise that way, because some years ago there was no other police qualification in an university as a degree. It was only a diploma. Later, some universities started having a degree. So that was one reason. other reasons, I think we discussed in detail about matters of crime intelligence, and he was quite satisfied. So then we were free. We can now fill. But then the acting minister did say that let's implement transformation within crime intelligence. There is currently a draft strategy, and with that draft strategy, if it's finalized, we will be filling those posts.
But General, is there a formal withdrawal of
No.
the directive on
No.
filling of posts?
No, there is no formal withdrawal, Honorable Chair.
Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Matthijs.
Thank you, Chair, and good morning, National Commissioner. I didn't officially greet you. National Commissioner, on this issue of security clearance and lifestyle audits. So the last time you appeared here, you were very disciplined and you convinced us that you were starting immediately on that process. Has it started already? Because it's been months now. But also just to answer the question on, you said there's a system failure. Someone has to be responsible for that system's failure. Who is it, National Commissioner? Because it's like we are appointing people in these critical positions. It's like having a water truck with no water. Okay, we understand that we have processes and we give 6 months, but the fact that the system is broken, who is ultimately responsible that we have the system broken? And you need to answer that, because someone has to take responsibility for that. Because I think at the core of our problems of crime in this country is the issue of who we are appointing in these positions. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, thanks, Honorable Chair and Honorable Matthijs. How far? Well, it's two systems. In terms of vetting by crime intelligence, they are still continuing. They're quite doing well, making inroads, right? What I said when I was here is that I wanted to start lifestyle audit, and that be done by the SIU. My team and SIU team have met. There were some legalities which they said they are clarified, and SIU also, they are busy prioritizing, because now it looks like it's more departments that we want help from them at the same time. So that process is being finalized. That is lifestyle audit. But subsequently then, remember the new directive now is that this vetting must now be done by the state security agency. Whether you have, even if you have a valid security clearance by crime intelligence, you must apply to SSA. That's the directive of the president. So that process, my team and SSA team are busy. They are briefing the SMSs, doing paperwork, and then they're going to redo the vetting. But on the SIU lifestyle audit, unfortunately, we are still at that administrative process. They haven't finalized, but that's going to happen, the lifestyle audit part. And in terms of systems failure, well, is a question of the forefathers. Because I think it's for the first time now that one is increasing the capacity of the vetting officials. They've been small all the time. They've been very little all the time. So it's obviously people that are not around now that you can blame. It's not somebody that is here now. Thank you.
Okay, Advocate, we can proceed.
May I proceed? I'm going to hand over in the next few minutes to my colleague, Advocate Mkhize, just to raise with you a number of allegations made by General Buma. But just before that, I'm just trying to group this again for time. Mogotsi made allegations that you were complicit in the purchase of this 22 million rand property for crime intelligence. Wasn't registered, and he then says that the 6th of July press conference was intended to stop your arrest in relation to that transaction. What is your comment? He also claimed that the PKTT task team was unlawfully housed in an hotel that was purchased on the intelligence budget. Paul O'Sullivan alleges that in 2012, when you were the acting crime intelligence head, you discovered that the slush fund, as he described it, was underspent by some 40 million rand, and you wasted no time in utilizing the unspent monies. What is your comment? Lushaba's control of the slush fund was endorsed by both you and Lieutenant General Kumalo. What is your comment? And just in terms of the operation of this so-called slush fund, is there any accounting to the Joint Committee on Intelligence and or the Auditor General?